So here's how I actually went monk mode without burnout and got the results from it, because there is so much bullshit videos out there in monk mode, like, yeah, I locked myself in a room and came back successful, how to get ahead of 99% of people. I swear to God, I haven't watched any of them in months and months because they aren't really helpful. A year ago I started YouTube, I started working, trying to work. It wasn't even work. I was just trying because I never did it in my life. And now I get to the point where I basically got from the, my important IGCSE test, which is basically a test for secondary education, basically a certificate that I am an educated person. I got at first a C grade, but after 3 weeks of monk mode, I got 110. That's what I'm gonna teach you. And at first, my results and my attempts were pretty shallow, because this is the December 2023, and if you know about Google Calendars, you will understand how fucking hard it is, because to actually, create a routine and stick to this. So I'd basically wake up at 3 a.m., I would research my video or edit a video, I would learn something from Hamza, I would record the video, I would go to the gym, I would record some more, I would learn Hamza, I would go to lessons, I would help my little brother and go to sleep. And that's basically what was repeated for a whole week. And I know how fucking hard it is, but actually, in reality, this kind of stuff isn't actually that great, because if you look... Fuck, how do I do this? Okay. So if you look closely to the outcomes, which is outputs, which is basically your results, it was 1 video per week and 1 month's burnout. It was fucking horrible. I hated my entire life. Which was 1 week later. Basically, this one is 11th of December and this one is 25th of December. So that's 2 weeks difference, right? Okay, 2 weeks, fucking 2 weeks. But basically, I was doing BS. I burnt out. I didn't want to do YouTube. I hated my life, all that jazz. I was just, chilling, watching Sherlock, doing all the bullshit activities. But as I already kind of sneak peeked you into that, because your attention span is actually fucked, I had an important exam, and I scored 63 out of 130 points. It's math, by the way. So here are the topics to learn. And yeah, I will show like that's mathematics in here. And in 3 weeks, I got a star, which is double, 63, 110, 63, which is 2x, and we get like 1.8, right? That's a lot in 3 weeks. So here's how I did it. Here's how my routine looked like. It's not the best. 30 hours out of 105 is like 1/3. But my life basically looked like this. I would wake up, I would do some push-ups, I would do some work, I would do some more push-ups, I would clean my room, I would do some more studying, I would study some more, I would study some more, I would go take a nap, I would coach some people, I would chill a bit, I would go for a run and repeat. Study, study, nap, learn, workout, study, push-ups, pull-ups, study, run, study. I think you get the point. Like, my whole fucking day for a few solid weeks was just this. And like, what do you think my outcome is? It is from C to A star in 3 weeks. So from 40% grade to, I think it's 88 or something like this. So it's definitely like 2x, right? Yeah. And it was actually fun and easy for me. I didn't burn out. I didn't feel like shit like it was with this kind of routine, where I would wake up at 3 fucking a.m. That's crazy. But yeah. And I just, am in a different stage of my life now where I have to take on even harder challenges. I'm gonna go all in on business, all in on growing YouTube. I'm gonna wake up to even harder stuff than this, and even harder stuff than this. So I need to understand how I actually went from being this kind of output, right, fucked up, to getting this kind of stuff where I would wake up and just do the thing, to actually getting results. So what is the difference? I decided to dissect it, and there are 5 key points which I which I found to be the most important, like 80-20 of all this kind of stuff. And in this video, we're gonna cover the first part, which is the difference in dopamine levels, because dopamine plays a huge role in your motivation, in how much you actually want to work, how hard you want to work, how much you want it, and all that jazz. Basically, if you are motivated, you can do everything, right? We know relying on motivation is the bad stuff, but dopamine is like everything. It's discipline, it's motivation. Without dopamine, there was an experiment. A rat, literally, the scientists removed dopamine from the rat's brain, and it literally, so here's a rat, right? Long as tail. So dopamine was just stepped away from it, and it just laid. When it woke up, it didn't do anything. It just blinked, and in a few weeks it just starved to death. So without dopamine, you wouldn't even be able to wake up. That's how important it is. So to understand this importance of dopamine better, I'm just gonna tell you the quick story of Empty Room by Ralph. The video is called How to Work Everyone by Being Bored. And basically, imagine you are in an empty room, absolutely empty, like the one that are psychopaths designed for a psychopath. And basically, there's absolutely nothing, full white room, light, that's it. And you got a book on the left side and a phone on the right side. Which one are you gonna choose? The phone, right? Because it's more stimulating, it's more fun. You actually will love your time more with the phone. But let's say we take away the phone, and you only got the book, and you're in this fucking hollow room with nothing else in it for like 24 hours, for 7 days, literally. You might, do some bullshit for a few hours, but very soon enough, very, very soon, you will just pick the book, you will start reading because there is nothing more stimulating in that room in your life. So the stimulation defines every action that we do, because if we were to wake up in this empty room and there was only a book, or there was only a laptop with everything blocked, every website, YouTube blocked, everything, only work, or just your textbook and your homework in it, you will do the thing. Because being bored is actually like this. This is the stimulation of being bored. You breathe, you hear some noises. That is the stimulation of, let's say here, doing work. It's higher, so you will naturally do it. But the video games are here. Video games. You will do video games. So if we eliminate video games, the most fun task will be work. So you will do the work. How much do you want to do your homework after an hour of video games? Because of this difference, because you were here already, you wouldn't want to do this stuff because it's just less fun. Like, why the fuck would you do this boring stuff if you got this fun stuff? And a quick story why I never did my homework like ever since, I don't know, the 3rd grade, and I did it very like, if I had to, if I was forced to, like, we all have this kind of situation, I would just do, the bare minimum. Basically, I would wake up a bit earlier before school, I would play Minecraft for like 30 minutes, then I would go to school, and then I would come back to school and go play Minecraft. Basically, till I fall asleep, till my parents say, it's late, go to sleep. And I never did my homework, but when I came to school the next day, I would just do it, on the break, because even if I had to, like most of the time I didn't have to, and it was kind of fine, but because I first did the video game stuff, because I first played Minecraft, the homework was like so low barrier, because I already am here in this, kind of motivation spiral. My motivation was already high for video games, so it can't be on this level anymore, and I won't do the homework. Like, if you if you're threatened by a gunpoint, yeah, suddenly homework will just skyrocket through the roof, and be like up here, right? You get the point. Boom. One sec, delete. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So, as long as there's something more fun and stimulating in your life, you won't do the thing. As simple as that. And it's a perfect example of how I was getting into monk mode, because it's not a sudden stuff. You can't really get into it in one day, in 1 week. It's not a fucking challenge. It's a lifestyle for weeks, for months. You gotta adapt to it. So that's basically me in the beginning. So it's 1st of April, and this stuff is the 15th of April. So it's 2 weeks before that. And basically I did, instead of 30 hours, I did the math for you. It's 11.5. 3 times less. And why do you think did that happen? Like, okay, if I can already highlighted, spoiled all the good stuff. That's basically because I was doing YouTube. I was recording here, I was recording here, I was recording here. I was coaching a person here on productivity and stuff. And I created a game plan, and I watched some Hamza, and I watched some more self-improvement here and here and here and here, right? So I didn't study because I had some more, and had some funnier stuff to do in my day. So that's basically when there's no coaching and YouTube, it's 3x the output. That's 30 hours instead of 11 hours, 11.5, okay. 3 times more. Just because I got only 1.5 hour, final call, if we can say that. And that was my bad day. Instead of, learning for 2 more hours, or, getting on a run, because it was a rest day. I worked here, this is a rest day. I watched self-improvement videos. And I was like, oh man, I gotta go learn. And yeah, that was my mini rut. And then I gained 10 hours. Easy. So if you're serious about getting results in life, using monk mode, using any other protocol, just remove stuff. Because you just gotta remove all the bullshit. And you will naturally be doing the good habits. You will naturally be falling into this very productive schedule. So here's a little list, and I will get into detail how to actually do that. I'm not gonna fucking say, yeah, just remove all the bullshit, bro. Good luck. Sacrifice. It never fucking helped me. Okay. Little recharge. So here's my MIT most important task, which is visualization. And these things are unacceptable for me. I just wrote a bunch of reasons of why my previous lifestyle is awful. And that is an amazing way to remove the bullshit from your life, which I will get into in a bit more detail. Approximately right now. So, sounds cool to remove all the bullshit, but how do you actually do that? Okay, well, here's how to remove stuff from your life, bullshit from your life with Brosplit. If you don't know the Brosplit, for some reason, I don't know why you're on this channel, that's first one. But the second one is basically you go to the gym and you hit, your chest and triceps. So when you push exercises, then it's back, which basically it's a workout plan that you train your whole body on it, and legs, which also can be substituted with push, pull, skip. That's what most people do, right? But actually, in order of importance, the pull day, the pull day, which is here, is the least efficient. And I promise I will link it back to this kind of monk mode stuff and to how to remove stuff from your life. So just hear me out. The pull factor, in kind of geography stuff, it's a term for migration, basically. What pulls people, what attracts them towards the sweet spot, toward the new country. A lot of people want to go to America. A lot of people want to go to, UK, Bali, Thailand, right? Dubai has a lot of pull factor. So in our lives, our pull factor, which is basically, our motivation, our reason to work hard, our goals, almost every person on the street, if you ask them, they kind of want the same stuff. They all want money, fame, time freedom, location freedom, looking jacked, 3 wives, kids, all the, the standard stuff. It's all ingrained in our society. We all want that. You probably too, and every other guy, if you ask him on the street, will say the same stuff. So maybe, just maybe, this isn't what you gotta focus on. Because you already know what 99% of people lives look like. And it doesn't look like this. If anything, they usually don't even have, okay, kids. That's one. How hard it is to attract any woman on this planet and have kids. Not that hard, right? Any other stuff, okay, and Muslims. Bro, that's fun stuff. We don't really want that right now, right? This kind of stuff, it's like 10% of people. 5%, 1%. So, you already know that if you don't want to achieve, the results of most of the other people, you probably shouldn't do what other people doing. So that means we shouldn't really focus on that. That's the least important, because this bro split of life and of how to actually be motivated, how to actually eliminate shit from your life, you gotta have a reason for it. But everybody has a reason. Everybody wants to be jacked, everybody wants money. So it's the least important of the 3. Because the second most important stuff is push day. We all love chest, right? Only kind of stupid people train back. Back is very important, right? I'm not gonna get into this, but that push, this V taper, chest is a big part of this stuff, that's a jacked. Oh fuck, that's actually a giant line. Okay. So the push factor, which is away from the thing, is the biggest motivator in humans and in basically any, creature, any organism that has dopamine in their system. So here's a red experiment that Jordan Peterson brought up on one of his podcasts, and it's very simple, but it's very, very insightful. So basically the science rat was put in a tube, just in a straight, tunnel like this. So here's 1, here's 2. And basically the scientists, so here's a rat. And scientists started to put the scent through the other tube, the scent of a cheese, but there's a cage, she can't really get there, right? But to her tail, there was a spring. That's a spring. And basically it measured how much, newtons or something like this, how much power it actually applied. So it shows how much effort the rat is willing to put in order to achieve something, in order to do something. So the scent of a cheese, of a smelly cheese, was put in, and she actually, started to go on for it. But she really can't. So the force was let's say, I don't know. Now, let's not use the random numbers here, but the point is, when the scientists put in the other tube behind the mouse with a scent of a cat, the mouse, the rat, actually ran twice as hard, let's say. She ran much faster. That was, the highest velocity, because she ran away from the cat. She fears for her life, and she wants to get the cheese. So getting the cheese is, we all want this, right? Getting this kind of, how do you call it? Let's say, this is a prize. That's a cactus. You want to get a cactus. But if you actually, activate and find the cat, this scaredy big ass cat behind your back, that's a rabbit, scary rabbit, killer rabbit, you will actually run faster towards it, so why not use that? So don't seek the cheese, seek the fucking cat. That makes much more sense. And unfortunately, I didn't really listen to that advice, and you'll just see what will happen. Like, there are two main ways to find the cat that I know of that helped me, that worked for me, and you basically need both of them. But if you can only have one, that would be the second one, which I'm gonna talk about soon. But both of them are legit, and you will be faster on your goals, faster on working hard, achieving this kind of results if you use both. So first method is to naturally build up the hatred. It is also can be described in FTE if you read the book, like how's it called, Unscripted by MJ DeMarco, a legendary entrepreneur. FTE, it basically translates as "fuck this event." Basically, this is a breakdown moment. This event, it's a breakdown moment when your life is so down bad that you just, you're at this rock bottom, and you just push from this rock bottom to, elevate higher. You have nothing to lose, and you're like, okay, let's just do it. And you get super hype motivation, it's dark motivation, this kind of villain arc or something. Basically, my biggest limiting belief of 2023, which allowed me to actually, build this kind of hatred towards the life, towards the things and lifestyle, is I need a good reason to work hard. And it sounds legit, right? Like, why would that be a limiting belief? You do need a reason to work hard, right? So the reason this stuff wasn't as good as I hoped it would be is because I thought that the reason would be, growing up in a poverty, or having some kind of trauma, or, wanting to be a world dominator, a dictator, and, changing their lives, being a cult leader. I don't really have that, I'm an ambitious young man, but I don't really have this very, it's ambitious, but it's not fucking very, very ambitious, if you know what I mean. Like, solving the world hunger, like, it sounds cool, right? I'm not nearly at that level. It's like, bro, that's my level of motivation, right? And that's like where world hunger lies, yeah? You can't even fucking see my motivation. So that's the main point here. Don't seek the cheese, seek the cat. My problem was that I wanted to find a world domination, but you gotta understand that this just leads to I can just live life for a few years and have some fun. This kind of belief, this kind of thoughts always appeared in my brain, and it was genuinely horrible. I'm not materialistic, so I don't need money anyways. Every sentence, like these one and two sentences, it's literally 3 months, I don't know, 6 months, 9 months in total, right? These months are the amount of time that I put out the important decisions, that I delayed what I should have done from the very beginning. A year ago, I should have gotten into this kind of routine, into this kind of, monk mode. I should have experienced this burnout much, much sooner, in December 2022. But I was slow on decisions. I was insecure, unconfident. I didn't have this video, this presentation to actually help me. So, spoiler. So, after a year of going in and out of a rut, which is basically me, deciding, okay, I'm gonna grind hard, but then just losing the motivation, going back to anime, going back to porn, going back to all the bad habits. I was only kind of consistent with the gym, but in ruts, not that, consistent, not hitting them very hard. And I just built up the evidence that I don't want this life. I don't like it. I'm sure of it now because I was there like 10 times. And this is a very powerful stuff. When you build up the evidence that you don't want to live the life you are living right now, You basically are saying that, okay, so here's where I want to be, you know, the goals, the all this bullshit. And when you build up the evidence, you think, like in the beginning of the previous year, I thought I was here. Now I think I'm here. You see this massive reality hit. So that's the reason I had to go here. Goals. On this level. Because I just now realize how much the gap between what I want and where I am is, so I get the motivation. But it's a great way, but I wasted a year of my life. Bro, do you really want to repeat my mistakes here? So the best way that I would recommend you know, it's a short way, but it's a hard way. So it's the thing that literally helped me to recharge my dopamine, you know, reset, go dopamine detox, whatever you want to call this stuff, is hitting legs. If you go to the gym, you know, hitting legs is fucking hard because, like, so here's your bicep muscle, here's your chest muscle, and here's your leg muscle. Like, bro, this one is much tougher to hit, and much you need, you know, to squat 50 kilograms from the very beginning, even though you can bench a bar, you know, 10 kilograms, like a bar with nothing, just a bar, it's like 10-12 kilograms, right? But basically you push the hollow bar is your level 5 of fitness, you know, or if it's like 10 kilograms, right, on a bar. But with legs, you gotta hit like 50 kilograms. 50 kilograms, 10 kilograms. So there is a big difference, right, in how hard it is. So that's why most people like just push, pull, skip. Go this way. If you do level 10 on legs, if you actually, you know, don't bitch out and do the work, you become level 7 on push. Because think about it, if you now can work with 50 kilograms, what stops you from going 15? 20? I know the progressive overload exists and muscles aren't really equal in their strength, but if you train hard, you will just progress faster. It's as simple as that. Chris Bumstead, like the super bodybuilder, right? Or like Arnold Schwarzenegger, any great, awesome bodybuilder, he trains hard. Let me put up just a little gif. Nah, I scammed you, but basically, you know, this Arnold, his face, big face, and basically he does, you know, this kind of stuff, which is, I don't even fucking know what this exercise is, forgot, but he basically, you know, put his arms together and his face fucking... That's the level of intensity. And that's because this, to get to this kind of stuff and to actually hit the legs, you change your identity. It seems very simple, but in reality, if you read like atomic books, it's one of the first chapters. I'm not trying to quit smoking. I quit smoking already. I changed identity. And how do you actually do that? Well, I read a whole book on this fucking stuff. I watched another... I wanted to cope and say 100 dozens. No, I watched a few fucking videos on this. And I implemented it, and it worked for me. So, you have fucking no right to complain, right? Story of a Surgeon. So basically the author of this book, Psycho-Cybernetics, which is an amazing book on how to change your identity, transform your life, and all this jazz, he was first a surgeon. It's an old book, it's like 80s or something, and the plastic surgery was only, you know, growing. It wasn't really a thing back there. But when he were performing some operations, you know, so there was this ugly face, and then the surgeon, the surgeon would do his work. He would create this beautiful shape, you know, this fantastic. It's like, it's not a poo smile. It's lushy hair. Okay, so the identity of this person, you know, so this person has a fucked up face, and he's really angry in the world. He's like very, you know, toxic. He's hyper procrastinator. He doesn't do anything with his life. He's like outrageous teenager, right? But when he changes his face, suddenly he noticed in hundreds and hundreds of his clients, of his patients, that he actually changes their behavior. Because now, with this great face, this person just becomes, you know, a social butterfly. He just becomes so much happier and so, you know, so much more satisfied with his life. He basically, after his surgeon, the family were reporting to his surgeon that, like, what the hell did you do this? Like, it's not the person I knew. He changed. And he noticed this weird pattern, and he started to dig more into psychology because he was apparently very interested into that. And after working as a psychologist for a fuck ton of years, he realized that one of the best tools, the, you know, fastest tools to actually change the identity and make this big ass behavior is to actually use the tool called visualization. And so, what the fuck? Okay, yeah. And so this visualization isn't this wishy-washy fucking kind of style. It's not about, you know, manifesting stuff into real life. Although it kind of is, it's like, it's scientifically based, okay? Don't fucking question me. We got a bro split here, bro. So stop bullshitting, just do the fucking work and you'll get results, right? So you sit down for 15 minutes every day, play the video in your head, the video of the best version of yourself, you know, this kind of mental movie. Just sitting out, closing your eyes, and just imagining yourself waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning or 5 a.m., smashing that work, just being so hyper focused, so in a flow. You do weeks worth of work in 3 hours, and then you open your eyes and you realize you're not that person, right? Because you gotta be consistent with it. You gotta do it every day for at least, like, he recommends 30. If you do 15, it's still a lot more. The difference between 0 to 1 is, so here the progress in your identity from 0. Here is the progress of your identity in 1 again. I love to zoom out, but yeah, that's the point. And here's like the progress of 30 minutes per day. You get the point. Basically, the important thing when you do this is to not say that, yeah, I'll be this person like from the tomorrow, from, you know, the Monday, or straight after I finish this visualization. Just see yourself like this. Just say to yourself, yeah, I'm gonna imagine myself being the best version of myself for next 15 minutes, and that's it. The reason it works is because the nervous system and the brain will take care of the rest. Basically, there is a lot of chapters, like 3 or 4 chapters in this book, which are like 40 pages or something, on basically him explaining that our nervous system doesn't really differentiate what's true and what's imaginative. So we can basically, I can just you know, tell you the example from a book, one of the many example, really good book, recommended. The hypnotizers. You think this hypnotizing stuff is, you know, very, very mysterious, but in reality, we just use the same mechanism. It just exploits the fact that our nervous system doesn't really differentiate, as well as our brain, what's true and what's not, if we believe enough into this. So it also should be in details. You should see, you know, your arms when you visualize yourself working. You should see the task. You should feel this satisfaction from clicking, you know, upload the video or submit your work. All this does. And basically the example which I was going to talk about, that people that are hypnotized, they just believe the hypnotizer to the point where, you know, the hypnotizer would say true facts, true, and he would say the truth, but then he would say false. You're in an Arctic pole and it's 90 degrees, like minus 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And this person's finger, his, you know, his blood system, circulation system would just drop significantly. His, you know, he will start shivering because he believes it. And our brain and nervous system just responds to that. So it's a very powerful tool. And yeah, how do I, where the fuck are we? Right, okay. So my dirty pants story. How did I actually use this kind of stuff? Pants is this stuff, not actually my pants, you know. So I was hitting a workout with a dure mat in the gym, you know, cold approach and all that jazz. And basically, he was a professional calisthenics athlete. Calisthenics, which is a bodyweight exercise, you know, doing the bars, doing the planche, like holding yourself in air just on your hands, which is insane. So yeah, that's like basically this kind of stuff. That's a horse. Yeah, but in any case, when I went to train, I would always wear, for some reason, very dirty clothes. And I just spotted it because it was one of, you know, the first time that I actually went out and, you know, interacted with other human beings. It's kind of sad, yeah, but when you're a kid, when you're 12, no one really expects of you to, you know, be a very, very clean, look always shaved, this kind of stuff, and you smell great. But now that I'm becoming more, you know, more of a man, I gotta do this stuff. It's a requirement. So I would always wear dirty clothes, but then I actually noticed that the clothes of this guy that trains me with calisthenics is always clean, and I would always be dirty. And it just, you know, fucked me with my mind for a few weeks, and I decided, okay, I read about this visualization stuff, let's just do the thing. So I wrote down the 11 facts, these 11 stuff, points, bullet points, and basically this, my throat is so fucking dry. It's fucking hard. It's 36 minutes into the video. I'm tired. Okay. Nobody gives a shit, bro. In any case, this is basically what I wrote. My appearance is manly, minimum effort, maximum results. This self says, I look like a man, my smell is great, my clothes are always clean, I wear good style clothes, I'm always shaved, my hair is always clean. Basically, I trim my nails, I have clean finger cuticles, I have a clean working space. Basically, this. Yeah, like 7 out of 10, you know, I was doing it from this part, but this part, you know, I get kind of fucking tired of visualizing and I gotta fuck it up. So I have, you know, my nails are trimmed, my clothes are clean, I change them every day, I'll go to the shower every day, every morning, I apply some cologne, I use, you know, the deodorant stuff, I trim my nails regularly, I shave, and like it fucking worked for a few weeks. In just a few weeks, I changed what I was doing, you know, this identity of being a dirty, don't really give a fuck, you know, and being like this Jeff Bezos kind of stuff. Yeah, I wear the same clothes and it's fine. I changed my personality in a few weeks, like 70% light, right? Like, I'm gonna focus now more on clean finger cuticles, like this kind of stuff, you know. And I'm not really having a clean working space, but that's because I was brainstorming like crazy for the past few days. But usually, as you can see, like my bed is made. And yeah, behind me is mostly clean. Like there are some stuff, you know, not minimalism stuff, but it's clean. I had a much worse position. In any case, it did work for me, so why wouldn't it work for you? You can say, yeah, man, appearance, and it's like, that's easy. Okay, let's take it to the next level. Now, the serious game. The actions. And my actions, I, you know, visualize them to be extremely productive. I wake up at 6, I'm smashing my deep work, I'm consistent reader, I cold shower every morning, I work almost all day long, I always implement 80-20, I exercise daily, I cook for myself, I don't eat carbs, I do some work, I have a hobby, which basically, like, I don't fucking need a hobby. My hobby is learning and improving myself, reading books. Okay, I don't really have, you know, a lot of intelligence talks with my friends. I don't really have a lot of friends. And my laser focus on, okay, laser focus is something I'm working on. I'm productive, like 80, 90, even not fuck, 100% of my day, because I have, you know, like 2 hours, maybe a bit less, of chilling and, you know, walking outside, touching some grass, playing with my brother, you know, doing handstand. and I'm always excited. Basically, everything else here, I wake up at 6 and I go bed early, and I'm gonna go to 5, consistently getting 9 hours. It is manifested right now already. It's been 1 month, I think. 1 month. It all came to life. That was the catalyst, because you know there are hundreds of stuff I did. There are hundreds of experiences that I already, you know, tried. There are hundreds of hours of trying to be productive, but this is actually what pulled it all together for me. That was the hard task. It's kind of hard. It's not hard. It's fucking smart, man. So we return to this MIT visualization in the beginning. Write down a list of the things that you find unacceptable, and just think of how disgusting they are. It's called like anti-visualization or something. You visualize yourself doing this stuff and you just fill your brain with this disgust. You basically build a new association in your brain, which is basically how addiction works. Addiction. A brief lesson on how works addiction. Basically, you have a trigger, you know, you feel emotion, horny, you're horny. So you fap. That's, you know, the trigger, and that's the outcome. But in reality, if a healthy, you know, if like my younger brother were like, you know, get horny somehow, he wouldn't go fap. There are no analogies. He's like, okay, like when you feel, you know, stressed, if you don't smoke, assuming you don't smoke, you won't feel, you know, this stress. Oh, I gotta smoke. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm stressed. Okay, I might journal, you know. So basically, addiction is just your energy. It depends on, you know, now I might be horny sometimes, but I just put it into work, or, you know, go approach. That's the thing. It's basically all about analogies. So if you know, create a new analogy in your brain and you will visualize it, you will basically experience being the type of guy that just disgusted from the porn, from anime, from Minecraft. And I wrote the legit reasons. So here I play video games, unacceptable, because it hijacks the masculine will to improve in real life. If I play video games, I don't want to crash YouTube that much right now, you know. I don't want to beat my competition that much. So that's why I won't play them. And literally, that's my motivational list, which I have on my wall, like a little psychopath just next to me. I will be suffering in any case in my life, which is true. I just choose the outcome of living an amazingly exciting life I dream of, or going 9 to 5 with anime and loads of porn, and which one do I choose is for me to decide. What do I choose? I choose the better life, the amazing, exciting life I dream of. And this one is very powerful for me, because I built so much negative association with it, with a real proof, you know, of going, doing this stuff, feeling trash yet again. But if I were, you know, to manifest this kind of stuff, it sounds wishy-washy, but really, if I were to build this association in my brain, it literally doesn't distinguish. Like, getting it in real life is important. You definitely, you know, should experience this kind of rut breakout. It's very beneficial for your identity, for your development, but this one is just better. It's faster, it's quicker, it's safer in a way, right? So here are the actionable steps of this first part, dopamine. Write a list of things that are unacceptable for you and change your minimal baseline. Basically, change your baseline of what you tolerate. From here, from this kind of stuff, to here. So if you tolerate, you know, go playing video games, or fapping, or I don't know, anime, right? Just jump this high and abandon this kind of stuff. Because just as I already showed you here, when you get any other distraction in your life, you just work like 3 times less, even though that's kind of productive. You know, I was recording YouTube, self-improvement, hiking, and like chilling, talking to my brothers, it actually distracted me from actually what I wanted to do. And when I got rid of that stuff, that's what happens. 3x the output. It's worth it. So change your identity, change your minimal baseline, write a list of things that are unacceptable. And the second is to find your own cat, exaggerate it if needed, and make yourself believe that you are actually very, very scared of that. I truly believe that I'm terrified of this idea. I can, it sounds funny, but I can literally imagine myself having a nightmare, a few months later, of me playing the games, of me fapping, of me, watching anime, not doing the work. And I would just be sweating. Even that's so interesting. Even as I said this idea, I got goosebumps. You can't really see it, but bro, I got chills on my spine thinking about this. Find your own cat. That's how you will work hard. That's the opening part. The next part is simplicity. So I'll see you there. Improve.